Welcome to Gulfstream. Today, Ron Nicoletti along with Katie Stazak. It is another beautiful day here in South Florida. We got a fast main track, we got a firm turf course, and we got some great information for you about guarantees today. You will see the slate come up and you will read it, and it says the Rainbow Six $150,000 jackpot guarantee. That today starts in race number 6 with an 11 race card. The late pick 4, $50,000, and the pick 5, the final 5 races on the card, $50,000, only a 50-cent wager. So just to add to your betting pleasure today, Katie, we got those really nice carryovers. Guarantees, excuse me.
Well, that makes the day more beautiful, certainly.
So we'll see how it goes. You know, we're going to, before we get into Saturday's card, we want to see what's tweeting around the country. And the first one we want to look at this tweet is about a saddle, that pretty nice-looking saddle. I know you got your eyes on that thing.
Yeah, well, take a look at that M on there in the green, the monster, the sponsor of Victor Espinoza. This is his lucky saddle from his Triple Crown Trail, and it's going to go up for auction to benefit the City of Hope, which is a cancer foundation that Victor donated to after winning the Belmont, and also to a new jockey fund that he's starting. So that might be something, if you're into collectibles, that you want to get in on. Certainly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Yeah,
and it's really beautiful saddle. You see it up close, you know, all the different colors and everything. Speaking with that the theme of helping jockeys out, we have another tweet we want to show you here, and it's about the August 1st.
Yeah, they just announced that the Permanently Disabled Jockey Fund Day across America, we've had it every year. Gulfstream always does something very nice. We always want to recognize our jockeys, and it's a very dangerous sport. So PDJF Day is August 1st, and beautiful magazine cover there that they are selling to raise proceeds as well.
Yeah, you know, they try, and we've had past years here, you know, the jockeys race out of the gate. It's always been a lot of fun. We'll see what they come up with this year. And the final one we want to talk about in here is a horse that we know very well, and that is Sandiva.
Yeah, wasn't she great here this winter? She's had some time off. She was recovering from surgery, looking great. That's there at Windstar Farms Training Center, I believe, and looks like she's going to be back, according to owner Bradley Weisbord with Al Shakab Racing, that she's going to be back just in time for our winter meet here at Gulfstream, and that's what we love to hear, and we'll see if she can repeat the feats that she did this year.
Yeah, she won the Grade 3 at Swanee River, I believe, and she was second in the Grade 2 Honey Rider, I think it was.
Yeah, she was great. She won 2 stakes here, and she was second in her final race here for the winter.
Right.
And we'll see if she can make it a three-peat next year.
Well, it's good news to have her back. That's the championship meet the first week in December. Don't forget, we'll have Claiming Crown Day, but we got the whole summer to go here yet. So let's get right into Saturday's card. First race, 1 mile on the turf. Claimants Fillies and Mares, 3 and up. Non-winners of 3 races in life, $12,500. 2 jockey changes. On the 2, make the rider Jonathan Gonzales, and on the number 6, make the rider Miguel Vasquez. And please note that apprentice Tyler Gaffleone is off all his mounts again today. He had a spill yesterday at Gulfstream Park West, and hoping he gets better soon. Also scratched the main track, only number 10, G-Joe. So we both have the number 1 in here, Acquisition.
Yeah, we've got the exacta here, Ron. This is a daughter of Rock Hard 10, going to be cutting back to a mile today after making a 4-wide bid. Took the lead at the top of the stretch, dueled through the lane, and just missed the win by a head. That was going a mile and a 16th. This one has competed against tougher. Eddie Castro is going to keep them out, and I think the key is that cut back in distance today. Yeah,
we both threw in the 7th So Festive, stretching out to additional half furlong today after just missing second when finishing third against Similar. That was going 7.5 furlongs, so 1 turning back, 1 stretching out just a little bit. I threw in the 8 Fever Las Vegas in third, stretching out today around 2 turns.
And I threw in the 3 GP Ricky, who was happy to be back on the turf course last time out. We'll see if he can build off a solid effort on the grass.
Well, we're going to a fast main track for race number 2, and this kicks off the first of 2 pick 4s we have on the afternoon. As we mentioned at the top of the show, we have an 11 race card today. 6 furlong claimers, 3 and up, non-winners of 3 races in life, $6,250. Jockey on the 7 is Juan Leyva. Of course, no more apprentice allowance with Juan in the saddle, so the weight is 121 pounds. I went with the 6 horse in here, Nantucketeer. We sort of have you have it on the ticket too. I'll start with Nantucket Dare. Tell you why I put it on top. Drop into the 6,253 lifetime level on the main track after returning from the layoff. Went up and chased the pace and faded late. That was against $12,000 types, going 5 furlongs on the grass. Mike Petro, he's really good with the grass to dirt angle. It spots this son of Street Sense where I think he should be effective. I'm glad you used him on a ticket, but the horse I have in second, Bellamy Storm, who's who you have right on top of your ticket.
Yep, this is a 5-year-old gelding. He dueled on the lead from start to finish last time out on June 28th. Ended up finishing second, only beating a length and 3/4 to a horse named Stonejack. Stonejack wasn't the favorite that day, but we both picked him. I thought he was a clear choice, so I liked how he ran against that horse. He's 7 for 9 in the money at the distance. That's why I gave him the edge. But you also used a horse on your ticket that I was really tempted to use, but did not. That is handpicked.
Yeah, he's skipping a couple of conditions here. This is 3 lifetime. It just broke his maiden. He broke from the rail. He led every step of the way to defeat $10,000 maidens at the distance. Stanley Gold, the trainer, just having a fantastic spring and summer. He's about 23% winning consecutive races. The rail again. Rodney Sudine again. No, world beaters in here. I thought maybe if this horse can get out, maybe can do the same thing again, but is stepping up in competition.
Yeah, it's early, but Stanley Gold leading our trainer standings right now.
And you also used the number 7 in here, and that's the one that has the jockey change to 1 Leyva.
Yeah, dropping in for a career low tag today, so I thought might appreciate the class relief, and a 2-time winner at the distance, making his 3rd start of his current form cycle.
Well, let's go to race number 3, 7 furlongs. These are maiden claimers, 3 and up, $25,000 down to $20,000. The claiming level. Scratch the number 6, Umberto, and the car. I have the number 1 on here, Road Warrior Max. You went with the horse I have in second, and that's Crown Holiday.
We've got the 3 same horses. Love the red, white, and blue colors there. I took Crown Holiday on top. This one finished a really solid 3rd behind the Mike Maker trained Tiger of Wales last time out at the $40,000 maiden claiming level. That was on May 6th. Tiger of Wales not only won that race, he would come back to win an allowance in his next start. So I loved that angle. Another angle, Arias, trainer 1 Arias, 27% with horses coming back from a 61 to 180-day freshening.
Yeah, logical choice to be on the ticket. I did go with the 1 Road Warrior Max, who Katie has in 3rd. Dropping to this $25,000 level, going to the main track, duel for the lead, and faded to finish 6th. That was against $35,000 maidens, going a mile in the 16th on the turf. The trainer is Doug Potter, and he's got Octavio Baguetta Jr. atop this gelding, and I'm just going with that. If you follow my analysis, I'm always a sucker for the turf to dirt move, so I put this one on top. But we're sort of in agreement with the 3 horse in here for all the reasons you mentioned, and you used the number 2, Prince Harlan, in second.
Yeah, I've got him flipped around a little bit. I got him in second. You got him in 3rd. This is a son of Harlan's Holiday. Returned from a 5-month layoff to finish 5th against $35,000 maiden claimers on June 18th. Should be better second start back, and I also thought he might appreciate the stretch out in distance.
Well, let's go to race number 4, and we will go back to the turf for race number 4. 7.5 furlongs, maiden claimers, fillies and mares, 3 and up, $16,000. Jockey on the 5 is Jesus Rios. The weight is 118 pounds. Scratch the 7, and also scratch the main track only participant in here, and that is number 10, Valid Wildfire. And we are in agreement with our top pick today in this particular race, and that's the 6, Starship Galaxy.
I think she's got a great shot in here, finds the perfect spot. She's going to look to build off what's been really 2 very solid performances in her first 2 career starts for trainer Steve Dwalskin. After finishing 2nd and 3rd against $20,000 and $35,000 maiden claimers, going to drop in for a career low tag today. She was a former $145,000 yearling purchase.
Well, sorry, Katie. The horse that I have in second is 10 to 1 on the morning line, which is number 9, Lying Eyes, is hoping to save something more for the stretch drive this time, and after making that middle move, yielding late to finish 4th at this level and distance. Bernardo Lopez, Edgar Zayas, it's an outside post. It's a little tough going 7.5 furlongs. I just thought this horse ran well enough last time, to put him on the ticket somewhere in there. You did not have him. You went with the number 3 horse in second, and that's our sister, Ania.
Yeah, she's going to be returning to the turf course today. Finished a well-beaten 4th on the main track up at Tampa Bay Downs for trainer Ian Hemingway last time out. But 2 starts back, she turned in a career-best performance, at least from a numbers perspective, when finishing 4th. here on the grass against $35,000 maiden claimers. Obviously going to be running for less today.
You know, the number 7 horse in the Adiz Causeway scratched out of the race, so I had to go back and I went to my next selection, and that is the one Buff Jeff. And when I started looking at this horse, I'm thinking this horse can run really, really well in here, and I'll tell you why. I think he's sitting on a top performance. He returned from a 4-month layoff, going back to the turf. He was third finish in a key race that has produced 2 winners from 4 starters. So as I looked at this, he come off the layoff, went back to the turf, and ran pretty darn good, and it turns out that it was a key race. So I'm looking back, and I sort of moved Buff Jeff up a little more in my estimations.
I had him in third from the start,
Right.
like him. I really think he can build off the performance from last time out.
Well, that was race number 4. The 5th race today, this is the penultimate race before the Rainbow Six. 7 furlongs, claim is 3 and up, $6,250. Scratch the 1, LG's Little Man, and the jockey on the 8 is Diego Gomez. The weight is 123 pounds, and we want to go back and show you a performance of horse I have in second, and Katie also has in second, and that is Be a Bull.
Yeah, you're going to see 2 horses in this race that are coming back today, and they're both on our tickets, Beantown Skipper and Be a Bull. But I wanted to point out Be a Bull for the way he closed last time out. You're going to see Beantown Skipper, who's going to ultimately come out with the win, but he's just going to hold off Be a Bull. He really rallies strongly. Beantown Skipper picked up his 2nd win that day, but Be a Bull was coming wide and coming late, and he just has a lot of experience at this 7 furlong distance, and he must be somewhere on your ticket.
Yeah, he's on my ticket. He's in second on my ticket. But what about the 8, Beantown Skipper? You just showed him. He's 12-1 on the morning line.
Wow.
He's dropping back to a level where he reeled off back-to-back victories. Last time you saw him, he tracked the pace. He flattened out when failing to hit the 10,000 type. So he's going back to his proper level where he won. And I think it's a pretty square price today. And as we mentioned, ridden today by Diego Gomez. You had it on ticket. We're basically in agreement here. We both have the number 6 horse on our ticket. You have him right at top.
Yeah, but Beantown Skipper, last time out, too, he was in the slop, so I don't think he even took to that surface either. I think he's going to be better today,
I don't
for
think
sure.
he's going to be 12-1.
No, if I knew he was going to be that price, I might have put him higher on the ticket. But I ended up giving the edge to Dos de Bastos. I'm going to give him a tepid nod here because I do think this is a competitive race. He drew off by 2 3/4 lengths at this level on June 28th, led them wire to wire going a mile, and that was his first start off the claim for trainer Jillian Andreessen. Distance shouldn't be an issue for this horse. Just love the way he ran last time out, so give him the edge.
Yeah, you know, on paper, we always say this went on paper. When you look at the past performances and you don't engage it with anything else, certainly looks like the one to beat in that particular race. But Beantown Skipper, that's the one to keep an eye on if you're going to get some kind of double-digit odds. I'm hoping that we do. Let's go to race number 6, and this is where the Rainbow Six starts. And remember, $150,000 jackpot guarantee. And we have 11 runners that are going to start off the Rainbow Six. It's a 5 furlong maiden special weight event for fillies, 2-year-olds, and we have 1 jockey change, and it's one part of an uncoupled entry from Ralph Nix. That's the one that will be ridden today by Juan Leyva, and I don't even have to look. I got my eyes closed. I know who Katie has on top, and that's the 10, Mo Nose. I'll let you tell him why.
Well, Mo Nose is not only a daughter of Red Hot sire Uncle Mo, was a $105,000 yearling purchase at the Keeneland September sale. The ownership group includes former Denver Bronco and New England Patriot Wesley Ward. But it's more than just connections here. She does have a great pedigree. Uncle Mo's 2-year-olds are just on fire. They've won 4 of 13 starts so far. That's a 31% clip for his first-time starters. And the dam, jealous of Jaded, her foals have earned more than $1 million on the racetrack. This one is a half to the Grade 2 stakes winning Peyton d'Oro. But again, there are many unknowns. This is a field full of 2-year-olds and first-time starters, and I do also like the 8 that you put on top. That's Stevie Mack.
Stevie Mack is the daughter of Munnings, debuting for trainer Larry Pilati. Talking about a guy who's been hot with his 2-year-old runners. Series of solid works over the track, which includes that recent 5 furlong bullet in preparation for our career debut. Larry Pilati, as I said, he's winning with a 26% with his 2-year-olds in here. And I just thought that, off that workout pattern at the barn going good, good that you have to have this one summer ticket like Katie does. You, a couple of times we've done this, you took the other part of the uncoupled entry on yours with the number 1 horse in there, and that is Piaf. I'll let her explain that part of the uncoupled entry from Ralph Nix. I went with the 6 Lucent Lady.
Yeah, and when Ralph Nix seems to have an uncoupled entry, one of them wins. It's normally the one that's at higher odds. So let's take a look. Piaf 6-1, Lucent Lady 5-1. So pretty close, but I did take the higher odded entry here. She's going to debut, or he's going to debut rather, with, or she, we are she's today, with 6 published workouts to her credit, including a bullet move here on June 27th. I took her because she's a daughter of Speightstown, another one who does very well with his 2-year-olds. They win at a 19% clip, and they just really tend to inherit his precociousness.
Yeah, and Lucent Lady working very well, too. Actually has a 3-furlong bullet in 35 flat, showing and ridden today by Ed Gonzales. But always like to point out that 1 of 2 in there. And then Ralph Nix, I think a couple of times you're absolutely right, the longer half of the uncoupled entry. I think when you're putting your ticket together, you have to go a little deeper in here because these 2-year-olds, you made a great point right at the top of the analysis. There's a lot of unknowns in here. You know, there's trainers that win a lot and everything like that, but you can't be surprised if one of these first-time starters jumps up and wins it. So the deeper you go there, the better it will be. The 7th race today starts to pick 5, and that we mentioned has a $50,000 guarantee today. 1 mile and 1/16 on the turf. These are maiden claimers, 3-year-olds. $50,000 down to $40,000. The jockey change comes on the 2. Make the rider Luca Panici, and the weight is 121 pounds. And we both have the number 7 here, and that is El Almirante on our ticket.
He's going to be looking for a breakthrough win. I know we've both picked him before. This is his 10th career start. He's been the runner-up in his last 2 starts, and he's finished in the money in 5 of his last 7. He just hasn't been able to win. I think he can do it today. I just really like the horses he's run against. I look back to a start where he finished 3rd behind the Todd Pletcher-trained Cordero in a maiden special weight, going 1 mile and an 1/8 back in February. He hasn't gone beyond a mile since. I think he's going to love going this mile and a 16th distance.
And I'm in total agreement with that pick in there. And you can see we're both in agreement with the second pick, and that's 8 Starship Manhattan, stretching out after that promising 1-mile career debut, in which he rallied late to finish 4th versus this level of competition, going a mile. Steve Dwoskin has Edgar's eyes handling the stretch out and distance. Just thought that performance was nice. It looks like he's got a lot of upside in there after running 4th and threw him on the ticket. And listen, look at this. We both have the exact same horses. I have to look around the bend there. Number 2, Seeking Daily in 3rd.
This one's from the David Fox barn. Came from off the pace and was carried 6 wide when going a mile at this level on June 21st. He ended up 5th behind the aforementioned El Almirante. I think this is another one that really should relish the extra distance.
And we mentioned that's where the pick 5 starts with the $50,000 guarantee. And our final pick for the afternoon is races 8, 9, 10, and 11. Also a $50,000 guarantee. And race number 8 today, 7 furlongs, an allowance optional claim of 3-year-olds and up, $16,000. Jockey change on the 1, make the rider Miguel Vasquez, 121 pounds. And you hear that tune? Because that's both who Katie and I picked in here, and that's the number 4.
Hopefully we'll be singing the praises of Hear That Tune. I'm going to throw in a pun there, another Stanley Gold trainee. We're going to take a look back from a race 2 starts back from Hear That Tune. You have to throw out his last race. Finished 8th as the favorite. This is 2 starts back when he's at this distance. He's going to duel through the lane and just miss 2nd by a neck. This was at this level back on May 30th. I thought it was a very strong showing. And like I mentioned, last time out, he was the favorite and he didn't fire, but it was in the slop. He didn't take to it. He didn't like it when he ran on the slop as a 2-year-old either. I expect him to rebound. Yeah, I really like him today. I actually singled him on my Rainbow 6 ticket this afternoon, which we'll show you a little later on. 0 for 2 in the slop, and that was my angle. But the horse I have in second is the horse I'm afraid of, and that is the 6 More Applause. It's a lightly raced son of More Than Ready who broke his maiden here on a fast track. He won that race, by about 14 and a half lengths, and he's going to face these $16,000 optional claimers after following that really monster maiden victory. 3rd place finish in the slop, $25,000 optional claimers. Looks like this horse likes a fast surface, dropping down a little bit, which is really a lateral move here because $16,000, they're not running for that tag. This horse is not running for that tag. I just think he can run well in there. He's actually the morning line favorite, which I had no idea. More applause. Yeah, I didn't either. I was just going to say 3-1. This might be one that I missed. But But what about the 5, Magnanimous Mine? This one hasn't finished worse than second in 3 starts since transferring to the Oscar Gonzales barn. Going to make the turf to dirt move today. 2 starts back, he reigns second on the main track in a $50,000 starter allowance, beaten just a length and a quarter by a horse that I mentioned earlier, Tiger of Wales, who I liked with another horse, so I had to continue to follow that trend of favoring horses that ran well against him.
Well, there's one of these angles here that I know Katie likes, but she didn't believe in it today, and that is on the number 7 Old Time Stakes. Claimed back 3 times by trainer Henry Walensky. I know she likes it 2 times, maybe 3 times is too many. No, I'm kidding. Stepping up the competition with blinkers added after coming within the neck of defeating $10,000 claimants. And there's the key. The horse is definitely stepping up, and that was going a mile. Herman Walensky has Jesus Rios at the top. This horse loves this track. 8 starts. 3 wins, 2 seconds, 2/3, but there is a question of class there. But Herman Walensky, as soon as he gets a chance, he takes this horse back.
Right, absolutely. And you can tell how much he likes him because he's not running for a tag today, right. So we can't lose him. So that might be a very good angle to follow here today. But I had to give Hector's Pride a nod on the ticket. He's going to look for back-to-back wins today, defeated Statebreds at this level on June 11th, and earned the highest last-out buyer of this field for that effort. That was an 82, and Edgar Zayas is going to be aboard.
Well, there's a horse in this next 9th race that we'll talk about, 1 mile and 1/16th, an allowance optional claim at 3-year-olds and up, $16,000 the claiming level. The jockey on the 6 is Apprentice John Cruz, scratched the 12, 13, and 14. And I'm alluding to My Cowboy. Comes off a really nice performance, and I bet you there's a lot of people thinking of single this horse, and we want to go back and show you his performance in the $60,000 King Kugat handicap.
This was a great run by him. He takes the lead into the stretch, and he's just caught at the wire by 2 very nice, consistent stakes horses. You're going to see him. He's the 6. He has the lead. He fights on gamely, but here comes the stakes winning My Point Exactly from the Bill Kaplan barn, who ran in the Florida Derby, so that's how highly they think of this colt here. He's just going to get caught. He's down on the rail. He's edged by My Point Exactly and Black Martino, who's also multiple stakes place runner. Should really appreciate the class relief today.
Yeah, and Black Martino is just one of those horses that just keeps improving and improving and improving. So keep in good company. Both of us have 10, My Cowboy. I went with the 6 and 2nd, Constant Sturge. You have in 3rd. It's a consistent son of Concerto, stepping up the competition, winning 2 of his 3 previous turf races here, albeit against $12,500 and $16,000 claimers respectively. He's an 8-year-old, loves this course, 23 races on it with 5 wins, and a 7-time winner at the distance in there. You went with the number 11 horse in here on your ticket, who I did not use, and that is Proper Empire, and he is on the bottom of the morning line selections.
Yeah, I like him because of the way he ran last time out, coming back from a 10-month layoff. He was only beaten 3/4 of a length in a $25,000 optional claimer at the distance, so he could be better this time around for sure. Trainer Luis Ramirez, 31% with horses making their 2nd start off layoffs of this lane. Yeah,
and I threw the 1 Browns Gap on the inside. First start since dueling for the lady behind a repeat winner called Racetrack Romance. Safi Joseph Jr. has Jose Caraballo in the saddle. Race number 10 today, 1 mile claimers, 3 and up, non-winners of 2 races or 3-year-olds, $6,250. Jockey change on the 5. Make that rider Jose Caraballo, and the weight today will be 100 and I think it's 21 pounds. I can't see here. Let me check. So I give you 118 pounds. Couldn't read my writing. We want to go back and show you the performance of the horse we both have on top of our ticket, and that is number 5 today. It's Zumbox was the one on that day.
Yes, and he's going to be looking for back-to-back victories. This was his win last time out, and I thought this was a very game performance from Zumbox. He's going to hold on here, and there are horses coming late. It's in the slop. He's tiring. It's a tiring surface, but he's going to lead them all the way. And he's one of only 2 multiple winners in this field, and the only runner with 2 wins at this distance. That's why I had to give him the edge today.
Yeah, same reasons for me in there. It looked like the logical choice. In 2nd, I put the 7 Sparky B. Now in the Alejandro Maimo barn, this Vita claim. Stretching out today after dueling for lead, finishing 2nd against similar to Summer Pomeroy. I think he'd be part of the pace scenario. Who else did you use on your ticket?
I used Manny Blue Boy, as did you, and some Midnight Star. I'm thinking, let's see if we can repeat the trifecta from the last race.
We'll see if we can do that in race number 10. As I mentioned, 11 race card today. Super high five in the last race. Always fun here. We got a full field. Well, we actually have 9 runners here because we're going to scratch the 4. That is Go Lantos Go. And I went with the number 9 horse you have in third, Summer Valentine, the only multiple winner in the field. 11 previous races, 2 wins in the second. And I think should be primed and ready to score after returning from refreshing to duel for the lead, finish 4th, beaten 2 lengths versus non-winners of 3 lifetime competition. This one looks strong to me in a field that's all struggling for their second career victories.
Yes, they are. Pinsy's Prize is one of them, but the key that I saw is that he's cutting his tag by 3/4. He's going to be running for 1/4 of what he ran for in his last start for trainer Bill Kaplan. Finished 7th in a $50,000 claimer last time out. This is a career low tag for him. He made his previous 2 starts for $16,000 and finished second in each, so I think this is the appropriate level for him.
Yeah, those $16,000 races actually put my analysis indicates she certainly belongs in this spot in here. The other horse we both used on the ticket was the 5, Charanga, and this one has been knocking on the door in 3 consecutive races against this caliber competition, but just cannot get that elusive second victory. 19 races, 1 win, 3 seconds and 2/3. She's a horse you got to use on the super high 5 ticket. I'm not quite sure she can be the winner, but I said that in the past and they've come up and beat me. So
she's made up considerable ground late last time out, but she looks like she's going to need some pace to run at and a little bit of luck too.
Well, it is absolutely a fun card, and it's highlighted by those jackpot guarantees we have today, Katie. In the Rainbow 6, $150,000 race 6. Right after that, in race number 7, $50,000 in the pick 5, and right after that, $50,000 in our final pick 4 of the afternoon. Should be an exciting day of racing.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
She said it first.